My name's Alexis, and today I'm going to do my commemorative speech. As I thought about who I wanted to pay tribute to, I began to think through my family. I thought of my mom and my dad, but I thought that they wouldn't be good enough for this because they didn't have much going on in their lives. I began to think of aunts and uncles on dad's side at first, and then I went on to my mom's side. I couldn't think of who I had looked up to throughout my lifetime. I thought of my grandma, as she's always been a huge part of my life, as well as my parents, but then I thought of my Aunt Kelly. This past 3 years, she has had a lot going on in her life, and she has been tough through all of it. She has had my great-grandparents living with her for almost 3 years. My great-grandpa has turned 100 this past July, and my great-grandma has turned 99. Unfortunately, my great-grandma passed away this past weekend. She was a lot to take care of, as her mind has been gone for pretty much 2 years. My great-grandpa is still doing well, but Kelly has to feed him every single meal. She is the one that cooks for everyone in their house. She makes him whatever he would like to eat, and then she'll ask her husband and her children. She makes him 3 different drinks for every meal, a plate of food, and a cup of fruit. After Kelly feeds him, she then has to take him into his room, and she has to bathe him. This is difficult because of his age, and he is very fragile. The reasons above are all some of the reasons that I pay tribute to my Aunt Kelly. In my interview with Kelly, I asked her a few questions about her schooling, her job, and her everyday life. I began by asking her about the degrees that she has acquired, along with the credentials she has obtained. Kelly began by getting her associate degree in nursing. This degree took her 2 years to complete. She then moved on to get her Bachelor of Science in Nursing. She then also went on and got 1 extra year of the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, which made it take 3 years. The most recent degree she's gotten is her Master's of Science in Nursing. This degree took her 2 years to complete as well. The credentials she has is that she is a registered nurse as well as a family practitioner. I then went on and I asked how she would describe her online experience. She recently completed her Master's of Science in Nursing online. Kelly said that this is a 2-year online degree with clinical components. The clinical components of this course were not online. She said that this course was a real eye-opener for her, and it was nothing like what she had expected or what she was used to. Kelly said that to complete this course, you had to be a very self-motivated learner. There was little instruction and no personal instruction at all because everything was online. Kelly lives in a very rural area, and she said that reliable internet became an issue more than one time. Kelly stated that the instructor would try to make up for not teaching by assigning tons and tons of reading that was impossible to complete. Kelly said that if another online class was ever offered to her again, she would have to think very long and hard about it. According to her, there was nothing good about this class, and it was very hard, especially with no other classmates for her to learn from. After learning about her online experience, I asked if she planned on furthering her education. She answered that at some point in her future, she would like to get her doctorate nurse practitioner's degree. Kelly told me that she is going to have to recover from this online class before considering furthering anything else. After hearing about her education, I then asked how she would describe her job. She answered that she coordinates cardiac, pharmaceutical, and device clinical trials with inpatient and outpatient studies. I'm responsible for screening and enrolling and follow-up visits of my study patients, and I serve as a consultant to the Institutional Review Board. I then decided to change topics a little bit and asked her what her biggest everyday challenges are. Her response to this was that her biggest struggle is balancing her personal life and her job. She says between trying to take care of her grandfather, her husband, her children, and her patients at work, her life gets pretty hectic. I asked Kelly if she considered herself an extreme couponer, because I have been to her house and she has a full basement that she's had to add special shelving in just to hold all of her stuff, and her entire pantry is full of everything. She responded by saying no, but I would disagree with that. She then said that she considers herself frugal and that she saves $5,000 a year by couponing. There has been many occasions when she's been at Kroger's by 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning just trying to get the best deals. The last question that I asked her was what else people might find interesting about her. She began by saying that she enjoys cooking and baking, and she is very good at this because she always cooks for us, and it's always very good. She always has good meals at Thanksgiving and Christmas time to supply the whole family for. She also said that she likes to read. She also likes to go to auctions and look for antique furniture and antique dolls. All of these questions have been great reasons as to why Kelly is the woman I would like to pay tribute to. She has taken care of her my great-grandparents, and got her master's at the same time. Some days she would be up at midnight trying to get her last-minute studies done. She would be up super late and trying super hard just to get that passing grade. She took care of her family and extras and always kept great grades. Kelly is definitely a great woman to look up to and for many people to look up to. She is a great role model and great to pay tribute to.